Which lesbian? I was so upset to find out Natasha Lyonne is not gay in real life.
She's not, is she?
And I love Natasha Lyonne.
And she's not that ginger either.
That's okay. I accept my ginger heritage. It's not for everyone. Hello and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast where we talk about all sorts of gay things. Sometimes we're the experts, but sometimes our knowledge is a little bit
incomplete.
It is episode 42.
42.
And you know what they say when playing strip Mario Kart? It's not about who wins, but about who comes first. Which has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. I just think that's hilarious.
No.
And I've said it to everyone I know.
Yeah, of course. It's like the new joke that you have to tell
I've used it
everybody.
every single time to every group of friends that I was like...
no one's ever heard it before.
No one's ever said this before. I said it after sex. Like, as soon as we were finished. It's like, you may have won, but I came first.
Did you?
He thought it was funny too.
That, yeah.
But you know what?
There's that sweet spot, that moment where just after coitus, and you're just like, I'm gonna sing a zinger.
He immediately said, "Get out!" Though
he said, "Get out!" Yeah,
I'm hungry. Let's go. Happy Pride, still.
Yes, Happy Pride.
It's still Pride.
Still Pride Month. We're continuing our month-long journey into queer icon glory. Yeah.
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 We sure are.
Remember last week we were like, we're doing queer stuff all month. Like, no, it's
we do everything
is queer.
It's always gay. That's the whole point.
So today, Nicholas, I've brought you. So you did cartoons last episode.
Yeah.
And we are gonna talk today about queer characters in TV shows. And that's
just TV. We're not doing films.
That's what I've settled on. I'm not touching films because I think that's a different kind of. Well, it's a different genre. Obviously, it's a different kind of focus. You can do different things.
It's also like a different kind of vibe. Like
totally.
TV is like a lot more personal. It's inviting someone into your home. So obviously there was a lot of. I feel like there was more hesitancy to have like good queer characters on TV, whereas you could make them. Gay and Brokeback and AIDSy in films, Philadelphia, that sort of stuff.
was a very
because it's
important one.
dramatic and that sort of stuff. Yeah. As opposed to welcome them into your homes every week.
Exactly. Sort of when you're watching a film, you've got like an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe longer, to sort of get to know these people.
And they'll probably die.
And they might die. But then at the end of that experience, like you're done. You have that experience, so you're done with those characters. But when it's a TV show, you have there's so much more content because it's episodic. Yeah. And like you said, it's a gamble for TV people to bring out queer characters. Yeah. It's really kind of I can't think of the word now. It's reassuring that when they do take a chance, they take a gamble on a queer character and it gets the response that it does. Yeah. And you'll understand when I go through some of these characters on this list, like, and they do well, it's great. And so, like, especially in modern history, there's so much more queer representation in TV.
Very recently, yeah.
But I have a few surprises from history as well. I want to get so I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this list. I got a list of the most iconic queer TV characters.
So they're queer characters, unlike. The last time we did queer icons.
Yes.
So they didn't necessarily have to be queer, but they were iconic to queers.
Good point.
But these are queer.
These are all queer characters.
I think that's easier to follow, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Last time we did not follow that.
It's easier to follow because I literally forgot about it until just now that you mentioned it.
I think we did as well.
So does that make sense?
Sure does.
Before we get started as well, let's tell our listeners a very quick news. In case you're listening to this when it's released, starting next Wednesday. Yeah, I know that a lot of
no one knows about it.
I know I know a lot of listeners sort of listen to old episodes. So if you're listening to this later, then fine, whatever. But you already know this. But starting next week, we are doing breakdowns of a TV show as it happens. Not as it happens, but like the same day.
Yeah. Same day breakdowns of the new Marvel Disney Plus show. It starts Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, the 21st.
First.
Of June. 2023. In case you're listening to this years from now.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah. We're both really excited about this TV show.
I'm so looking forward to it. I have really high expectations, so I'm also ready to be disappointed if it doesn't. Yeah. But because it's going to be like a thriller, intriguey kind of show, we thought it'd be really good to do...
Kind of spy vibes as well.
Absolutely love fucking spy shit.
Yeah.
If it would, thought it'd be really good to do it like as it happens, because if it's anything like WandaVision, I feel like there's going to be cliffhangers and questions at the end of every single episode.
Some reveal.
Because that's the whole nature of the storyline.
Yeah.
For those who have read the comic book storyline for Secret Invasion, it's going to be, the whole point is confusion, who is who and what's going on, that sort of stuff. So I fully expect us to be completely wrong.
Yeah, of course.
I got all my WandaVision theories were completely wrong.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I was convinced it was Mephisto. The entire time. No, of course not. But I did think Reed Richards was there.
What?
And I was disappointed when she's like, oh, my friend on the other side. And it was just like some army person who was probably a Skrull, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When Monica was trying to get out or whatever, they were like, oh, I've got a guy on the other side.
Yeah.
Everyone on TikTok was convinced it was Reed Richards.
Oh, I vaguely remember
or Hank McCoy. And we were so fucking dumb for thinking that.
On the inside of
and
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It was just an army person who gave her the truck that blew up in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
so dumb. And everyone was expecting Doctor Strange. I thought Doctor Strange would show up, which he didn't. But But of course, he was like 2 seconds later. Anyway. And I'm happy to be wrong. I'm excited to be wrong. Because it's more fun to like go like full chest into like, this is what's happened. And that person's this. And that's going to happen. And be completely wrong. Well, it wasn't.
Yeah, we're gonna be speculation heavy every single episode, starting next Wednesday. So
join us.
Yeah, so please come
along for the fun
and share your theories as well. IncompleteGeeksPodcast@gmail.com.
At Incomplete Geeks on TikTok and Instagram.
They're not gonna hear that.
Thanks for listening. Look, I can see the wiggly lines moving. I know.
Is it really high? Because every time I laugh, it goes red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little bit high. But that's fine. Woo. We don't need all the detail of our shrieks and cackles.
I'm a little bit high as well.
I wish.
No, I'm joking.
Hi. Right. Tell me about these queers.
Let's talk about queer TV shows.
Is that our theme song?
Yes.
Let's talk about queer TV shows.
So I've actually collated 3 different lists, and they each have their benefits, etc. So like,
are you doing this in any particular order?
There's no particular order.
Great.
And I will be I might be going back and forth between different.
That's fine.
If a character duplicates.
If they stick around this far, they're fine with that.
I can always cut the gaps, which I always do. Nicholas, here's your first. It's not a game show. Here's your first one that I'm going to bring up. Have you seen Black Lightning?
No.
Okay, so let me give you the breakdown. I'm not either.
DC?
It's a DC. It's a TV show. It wasn't really rated very highly. But there is a character in there called Anissa Pierce, who's the superhero Thunder. She is the first Black lesbian superhero. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the actor, Nafessa Williams, said, "I believe love is love. I'm really just grateful to tell the story for young lesbians, and Black lesbians in particular, who don't really see themselves on TV. My hope is that when you watch Anissa, a young lesbian is inspired to walk boldly as who she is, and to love herself exactly how she looks. I hope that our family on the show," because she's the daughter of Black Lightning.
Okay.
The character's the daughter of the main character. "I hope that our family on the show is an inspiration for some families just to be open and accept your children and love them."
Does she have lightning powers?
I have no idea what her powers are.
Or what was it? Like someone put a theory up like why all like major Black characters have electricity or lightning powers.
Is it true? Oh yeah, we got like the
a lot. Not all of them, obviously. A lot.
But why?
Of Black characters have electricity or lightning powers.
Is that because
lack of originality?
Lack of originality?
I don't know.
Storm did it first.
She sure did.
Is it like because the lighting you can?
I think because probably maybe? Black lightning.
Black Lightning, maybe, yeah. Well, they changed Max Dillon to be black in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 film, which I don't think was
Electro.
in the comics.
No, he was super
Electro,
white.
yeah.
Super white in the comics, but he doesn't need to be.
No.
Who
else? Storm, obviously.
There's tons of them, and we are not black people, not qualified to talk about this. We're talking queer.
We mentioned it. Okay, another article says Anissa, or Thunder, is unapologetically a black lesbian superhero, an activist who stands up against police brutality and fights for black lives, a queer woman with superhuman abilities, a loving daughter and sister, and most of all, a lesbian woman who boldly understands and is unashamed of her sexuality, which is a rarity in modern television. So yay, I think that's enough to be iconic.
I'm just checking to make sure like she's a real
Thunder
character.
DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that right there, that's the actor. Thoughts?
Monica Rambeau, kind of like Lightning.
Monica Rambeau, yeah. No, hers are light-based. Hers are photonic-based.
Pretty close. Great. No idea who this person is.
Fine, fair enough.
No idea who this character is, but she sounds brilliant.
Moving on, have you seen Pose?
No, but I do know about Pose.
Okay, so yeah. So let's mention Blanca in Pose, because, again, I've not seen that film. I know I'm terrible. Why am I doing this episode? Blanca Evangelista. She may have started on tour television screens very recently in Ryan Murphy's groundbreaking series
Is that
Pose.
the mother or the daughter?
It's the mother.
No, that's the daughter.
I don't know what you're talking about then.
That's the daughter. Like, that's not that. She won...
But she's got, like, her mother of her own.
Yeah, no, but she's, like, not the mother. Mother...
Yeah.
She's not mother in Pose. She's the daughter. And she won an Emmy. And
Golden
Globe.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in that show Loot with Maya Rudolph.
Oh, okay.
She's good.
Another one. Yeah, MJ Rodriguez won a... Unless I'm confusing that with...
But also, like, because she didn't get celebrated because it was COVID, so then, like, Ryan Murphy made everyone stand up and applaud at the next one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, well, she didn't get her moment, and it was fucking historic that she won, whether it's Golden Globes or Emmys, I can't remember. And he's
I might be wrong, by the way.
No, but whatever, we're always wrong. But made sure like everyone stand up and applaud her for like the previous year. She was fabulous. Yay! Yeah. That whole show is like dripping with fucking queer. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. Because Billy Porter's also on this list as well, but I know even less about his character, Rachel.
Yeah. That's not even Mother.
That's not Mother. It says here in this article, she is well on her way to iconic status.
Iconic?
It says iconic. It says iconic.
QUE?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I love it. Is that a reference to the show?
Maybe.
Please shout at us. Maybe. If you shout with your headphones on, that we don't know that.
Please at us in your Instagram or Twitter. Or not Twitter.
Don't, because
TikTok. We're not on Twitter. Don't look for us. It says here, Mother of the House of Evangelista. She keeps her queer brood in check with a firm, fair, and fabulous heart, making sure they all have the love and support to achieve the opportunities she never had herself. Blanca is a true queen in all senses of the meaning. Can we get an amen up in here? On this other article, it says Blanca, founder and founder and house mother of the House of Evangelista. Blanca is a font of love and support.
I'm thinking of Dominique Jackson as mother because she's
in the show.
Yeah, she's more mother than her.
Gotcha.
But maybe because I'm assuming they have different houses. That's the whole point of Pose. I don't know.
She fights for those who she loves and protects. She fights for those who she loves and protects them doggedly no matter what. In many ways, she is the embodiment of what it means to be in community with other trans people of color. It's a rough and complicated love, which isn't easy. She's dealing with HIV in the height of the AIDS epidemic, while also being trans and racialized. Yet she still finds the space in her heart to form that unique love and solidarity.
This cast list is nuts. Why haven't I watched this show?
It's such a hit as well. Like I never watched it, and I feel ashamed, but I didn't want to. But you know why I didn't watch it? Is because I never liked Glee, and I don't like American Horror Story, and I was just like,
another
Ryan Murphy.
I love the gayness, but I don't like the Ryan Murphy-ness kind of vibe. Maybe it's a little bit.
Yeah, I get
Ryan Murphy gay.
Like I just didn't.
Yeah, I get.
I was like, I purposefully didn't want to be on the Glee bandwagon.
I watched all of Glee. But also,
although I did watch that one thing he did with, it was, fuck me. It was the, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? Who are those two actors? Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. No, Joan Crawford and...
Yeah, it's Betty Davis.
Betty Davis, yeah. What was that show called that he did about those two? Jewel? I think it was Jewel? Something like that. And it was Susan Sarandon as one of them.
Betty Davis, maybe?
Betty Davis? Yeah, because Betty Davis. And who was Joan Crawford? I don't know. I watched that show and it was fabulous.
Really?
I need to find this out right now. You know what? Before the pandemic, they were rumoring to do another, like a series 2 of Jewel, but have it between Princess Diana and Prince Charles.
Duel or Jewel? Who will save your soul?
Duel.
Duel at dawn kind of thing.
Yeah, like...
Or are you done with the Pose one?
Yes.
Can we segue into another one that you may have on your list or not?
It's not Jewel. I'll find it.
Because we talked about Ryan Murphy, because we talked about Glee. Is Alex Newell on your list?
Which one is that one?
Alex Newell.
No, give me the... No.
Alex Newell.
Let's move on to this one, yes.
No, wait. Geekery of the Weekery. It's not really. Alex Newell was in Glee, and...
Feud.
Feud. That makes more sense.
Sorry.
If Santana had survived, Alex would have been the second most talented person to come out of that show that I loved, but she didn't, so Alex is the most talented person. They came in season 4 as a kind of trans character.
Okay.
Oh my god, my brain's gone fart. Unique.
That was about Glee. I did never watch Glee.
Oh, okay, you don't care. Her voice is sensational, and she's just done so many, like, I've loved all of her, like, dance fucking songs that she's done. It's been badass, and she's recently been in a show on Broadway. She's done fuck tons of shows, but she's in a show called Shucked. No fucking clue what it's about, apart from corn. And just won a motherfucking Tony for it.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. So the first, I think there was also someone else that night, is another one, but the first non-binary person to win a Tony Award was Alex Newell, who got her start on Glee. And her audition is going around on TikTok for Ryan Murphy and 2 other queers. So if you see it, it's incredible. She sings "I Am Telling You" when she comes back on presenting as a woman. It's incredible. Anyway, Alex Newell.
From...
What?
What?
When she's auditioning for Glee, I Am Telling You is Dreamgirls. Like,
okay,
she sings that, and it's sensational. She's sensational. And she won a Tony.
Well, good for her.
So that's 3 people from Glee who won a Tony before Lea Michele did.
We shouldn't talk bad about her, because she's the one who died.
No, Lea Michele is the racist Jewish one who's in Funny Girl.
Didn't somebody...
No, Santana died, and I love her, and she was so talented, and it breaks my fucking heart that she's not the biggest motherfucking star now, that everybody knows that Lea Michele is a terrible person. But she was silenced because Lea was the star and didn't get on with her.
Somebody, like, died in, like, a boat.
Yeah, she died saving her kid. Like, she was died in a boat. Yeah, that's the character's name, because Naya Rivera is the actress's name.
Right, okay.
She's the 3rd person to die from Glee. But let's separate out the drug addict who died of an overdose when he got out of rehab, and the kiddie porn guy who hanged himself so he wouldn't have to go to jail, and Naya Rivera, who died in a boating accident saving her son's life. Not the same.
No, not the same.
However, sorry, and that's what you missed on Glee.
Recently on Glee.
People who watched Glee will appreciate that.
Fine.
Let's carry on. So Alex Newell,
yeah,
honorable mention because she's fucking brilliant.
Fabulous, yeah.
Well done.
And played a trans character on the show as well?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, non-binary because they still presented as male in school sometimes, but when they performed, they presented as unique.
Okay.
But a bit of both sometimes, but they took the award. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So going off, we'll come back to,
that's fine. That's enough.
Brief moment. The TV show I was talking about was called Feud, and it was Jessica Lange as Joan Crawford.
course it was Jessica fucking Lange. Of course it was Jessica Lange. How stupid are we? That sounds fucking brilliant.
Have you not seen it? I would suggest it.
Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange.
It's like 10 episodes, and it was amazing.
Just got gayer just hearing that. That's incredible. Oh my God.
Did you just
playing Betty Davis and Joan Crawford? It's like, so much gay.
I mean, the whole story about those two actors being like big divas back in the 70s is so lush. And after looking at the biographies of these people after that, I've watched the show, it was like, it's pretty close to what happened.
Do they hate each other?
They hated each other.
I love it.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane is like also like
but that's the character.
Another iconic show, but they hate it. Show, I mean film when I say show. Yeah, it was the only film they ever did together, and they hated each other. It was crazy wild. It was just such a big hit back in the day, and it's still iconic nowadays. So we're not doing film.
No,
but
gay. But also Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange are gay icons, but not gay. Queer icons, but not queer.
Good point.
So, fantastic. Let's keep on track.
So, Naya Rivera is mentioned in one of the lists.
Yay!
I'll read it to you very quickly.
It crushes. I'm so upset.
Yeah. I didn't know she was one. I thought it was Lea Michele who died. Anyway, I'm wrong. I'm often wrong. From her devastating quips to her show-stopping performances, Naya Rivera's Santana Lopez was a breath of fresh air for lesbian representation on television.
Wonderful.
While most of us who lived through the Glee Tumblr years of the 2010s now look back and cringe, Santana endures as one of the show's brightest stars. While originally cast on the show as the bitchy Latina cheerleading sidekick to Quinn, Rivera's impeccable comedy timing and undeniable singing voice made her an instant fan favorite.
Voice breaks. It's so sensational. She did the Valerie one. She did that fucking West Side Story one. She's got. She was. You can't take your eyes off her. She was so sensational. It's I know it's always a shame when someone dies, but when they're so young and gorgeous and talented, it just seems such a horrible, cruel waste. But yes. So yay. The character was queer. Yes.
And a lesbian, yeah. So, but the person who is on the other two lists that I have, so 3 lists collating, is Kurt.
Chris Colfer.
Yeah. So Chris Colfer was only 18 when Glee was debuted on Fox, but as the gay countertenor Kurt, he brought a talent and wit far beyond his years and earned several Emmy nominations for it. Kurt was a study in contrasts, feminine and frivolous, often bitchy, but still loving his friends and blue-collar dad. When Glee debuted in 2009, a gay teen was still a rarity on television, especially one allowed to get the guy, as Kurt was, with longtime flame Blaine.
But you didn't watch this.
I did, but I know Blaine is the leader of the other troupe. How could I don't watch this show, and
he's
yet I know
so hot, I want to die, but he's...
Blaine is, you mean?
Yes.
Whatever.
Darren Criss, who won an Emmy for playing another queer character and then said, I'll never play a gay character anymore because I don't think it's fair. It's like, that's great of you to say after you've won an Emmy, but he's so hot and he was in his underpants, so it's fine.
Yeah, good. So Glee is also one of those, I mean, that was the first
gay
show.
With gay on gayness.
That was the first show that like really sort of
gay high school, gay
Ryan Murphy
to well, of course,
high school.
I couldn't fucking stand Kurt.
No,
I can't. He makes my skin crawl.
Okay. Iconic.
I wouldn't say iconic. Notable, noteworthy.
Notable
representation. I wouldn't say iconic, but I mean, it's hard not to have respect for Chris Colfer, who's done so well and taken that really shitty experience and made lots for it.
Yeah. Is he good? What's he doing now? Is he happy?
He's a writer. He's done like 19 bestseller fucking books.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he's done incredibly well. He's in the Force 100, whatever, that kind of shit. Yeah, super successful. And everyone hated their time on Glee. So,
yeah.
Which part, I'm guessing part Leah, part Ryan, because they were both terrible people.
Yeah.
Wow. No, he made my skin crawl. He was just... Which is my inner homophobia, I think. He's just too much. He was too much.
He is a lot, for sure.
And it was also like teenage and teenage gay. And it was
how we feel about teenage.
Important to have representation, but I was like, shut up.
Okay, next.
I'm going to get blasted in the comments. Oh, wow.
That's fine. No one comments anything. There's no comments.
There's no comment section.
It's a podcast. We don't post on YouTube. Fight in the comments.
Can you imagine if it was on YouTube?
God.
I would be.
We'd probably be more popular.
Death threat. That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one that I have on the list, which I think is.
Is it away from Ryan Murphy?
It's a raid from Ryan Murphy.
A raid from Ryan Murphy.
And actually a show that I've seen, True Blood.
Ah! The fucking sluttiest, gayest show on HBO, and that's saying something.
But who is the most iconic from that TV show?
The most iconic queer?
Pam. Yes.
Pam is the most iconic queer character.
I love Pam.
Pam.
She had so much sass.
Was by far the best character on that show. Who's on your list if it's not Pam?
Lafayette. Yes, I know, right?
Oh, I love.
Let's talk about Pam Griffey, though.
Another person who died.
He's died, yeah. Although he was struggling as well. He was. It was with. I think it was alcohol withdrawal that did him in. Anyway, it says here, Nelson Ellis is the name of the actor. Lafayette. Nelson Ellis gave one of the most fabulous performances on True Blood as Lafayette Reynolds, the flamboyant and charismatic cook of Bon Tom's restaurant, Bellefleur's Bar and Grill. Fucking love. I just remember him as well.
We should do it. We should do an episode on
True Blood. We can do. Have you seen? Okay,
all of it.
Side note:
every single.
I could not bring myself to watch the final season.
Don't, because it's shit.
I will not ever.
Don't, because the final episode of the penultimate season, you see that kind of like the zombie things. Finish there. Don't watch it. The final season is a car crash worse than Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's so awful. Just, I wouldn't let my housemate watch it. It's like, nope, we stop here. Just,
Good. I stopped at the place then.
Stop.
When did Tara come back as a vampire? That was
early on, like midway,
Because she died at some point, and I was like, that's it. That's her character.
No, she died and came back like the same episode. She got shot in the head, and then Pam made her a vampire, like that episode.
That was jumping the shark for me. I was like, no. Tara's such a great character. She's the foil to the main character.
I preferred her as a human bitch. Yeah. Just an uppity, fucked
I loved her.
Bitch.
And I was like,
we're getting sidetracked because this isn't a True Blood episode, but we are adding it to the notion board.
Fine, we're adding it to the notion board.
Because can you imagine drunk us talking about
True Blood?
Eric. And Jason.
Oh my god, Jason.
I just can't.
Her role. Alcide.
Alcide. Anyway, we can't. Let's stay on. Who are we talking about?
Lafayette. Lafayette is the icon. Because in the novels, Lafayette was originally killed off, but the popularity of the character led to a 7-season run. His main storylines involved his relationship with Jesus.
That was so
powerful
hot.
And then his possession of Jesus' inner demon. Yeah, Trujo is what they... Trujo. And then his possession of Jesus' inner demon when he is killed. But because he's gay, he's often underestimated by other characters, especially other men. However, Lafayette often shattered their perceptions by besting them in hand-to-hand combat.
He was so fucking queer and camp, but fucking badass and bullshit at the same time.
He owned it.
He was fucking brilliant. I will say Pam is, I think, a little bit more iconic.
Fucking Pam, I loved it. Let me just really quickly this other one in case there's anything good in it. But yes, Pam is fucking amazing, fantastic. Once everybody managed to get over just how much vampire shagging there was, viewers quickly agreed that Lafayette was the breakout character in HBO's True Blood. Nelson Ellis' performance became a fan favorite, not just for his skill with darkly comic one-liners, but for being one of the more empowering gay characters on TV. Unashamedly open and ready to fight back against any homophobes who pass through the conservative town of Bon Tom's, Louisiana. In the book series the show was adapted from, Lafayette died, while on the small screen, he was one of only 4 characters to appear in every episode. The series ran out of steam towards the end of its run, as the vampire boom of the late 2000s died out.
Yeah, that's true.
Ellis' performance became the only reason to keep tuning in every week.
God,
yeah.
That's a great one. I would never have remembered to think about True Blood, and we're also going to do a True Blood episode.
Fine. We can do. Have you ever seen How to Get Away with Murder?
The first few episodes of season 1, but that's about it.
There's a gay couple in that show that's on the list.
Jack Fahey and the other guy who was in Fire Island.
Jack Fahey.
Yeah.
Playing Connor Walsh, and Conrad Wayne Rigamora playing Oliver. So Connor and Oliver have had a one and... Let me start over. Connor and Oliver have had an on and off relationship since the start of the series. The former had a reputation for being a playboy, but renounced his ways after he met Oliver, who also helped him through his drug addiction. In the penultimate episode of the first season, the two got tested for STDs, and it's eventually revealed that Oliver is HIV positive. You didn't see that part.
Why? Come on.
Their relationship is quite groundbreaking because they're an interracial couple, which we don't see enough of, and it's rare we see such a heavy topic addressed in a show so mainstream. How do you feel about them being icons?
I wouldn't give them icon status because I wouldn't be able to tell you their characters' names.
Fine, fair enough.
Because the more iconic, because Annalise. The lead, yeah,
exactly. That's where I was going.
Is way more iconic.
Yeah.
And very much overshadows them. However, the actor who plays the boyfriend, I don't know their names, the nerdy one, is in Fire Island.
Conrad Wayne Rigamora. I've not seen Fire Island. I really want to, though.
You really should. Yeah. Like, it was kind of like hand waved, just like, it's a gay film on Disney Plus, kind of put there to be like pad out their pride thing.
Right, okay.
It's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
So fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's written starring by the guy, the main guy.
Yeah.
And like, everyone's cool, cute, funny, hot, and it's like a really genuine representation of what gays would be like on Fire Island. I love it.
I didn't know until I listened to an episode of Las Culturistas with Matt Bowen. Matt Bowen.
That's it.
Matt Bowen.
No.
I know a guy called Matt Bowen. Bowen Yang
okay.
and Matt Rogers, who were both in it, and they had Margaret Cho on their show, and I fucking love her. And they were talking about the film, and I was like, you gotta
watch it. It's not highbrow, it's not revolutionary, but it's just it's a real gay romance because it's all about like filth and fucking judgment and bitches and like that shit.
Yeah, but
I love it.
You say it's not highbrow, but isn't it based on like Pride and Prejudice? Is literally like a gay retelling of Pride and Prejudice.
I turn my nose up at that, but I don't know what Pride and Prejudice happens in Pride and Prejudice. So
I could be wrong. Hey, let me just fact check myself as well.
Oh my god, yeah, this rich, aloof, miserable guy that he assumes is being a bitch is actually in love with him. Yes, Mr. Darcy. Oh god. Fire Island is Pride and Prejudice. Whatever, it's way better. And there's like naked guys. It's great fun. Watch it on Disney Plus now, please.
Margaret Cho is the only reason I own the movie Face Off. She's in the Face Off. I think
I have to say, Margaret
She's
Cho,
like a police officer. Like, get down.
She's not well used in Fire Island. She's a little bit hammy in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there a dog involved as well?
I think she carries a dog around.
That's what it is,
probably like a little tiny dog. Yeah, I don't feel like they let Margaret Cho be Margaret Cho in that.
Yeah,
she was like a character, whereas everyone else was just being themselves or like being like whatever. Not being iconic, gay. But like okay.
So let's talk about the main character. I was just lost.
Annalise Keating, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Annalise Keating. It says here. Annalise Keating is one of the most complex female characters ever to grace our screens.
Sure is.
Viola Davis, by the way, has an amazing Instagram. She just posts funny shit. She just shares like funny memes on her story, obviously. And I'm like, Viola Davis with the blue tick mark. I'm like, oh, that's it. Is actually her just sharing funny shit. Anyway, she's strong, vulnerable, flawed, inspirational, and a bisexual black woman.
Is she bisexual?
In the show, apparently. As is relatable to many, it took Annalise quite some time to realize and accept herself, battling against internalized homophobia and the pressures of society's heteronormative expectations. Annalise's sexuality was not focused on as a defining part of her character, which has spurred criticism from some over the years, but for those whose queerness is more fluid and without a label, this was a welcome experience to highlight within the context of a show that widely embraced and championed varied LGBTQ plus storylines. It kind of reminds me of this. Have you ever seen Mr. Robot?
Again, I like watched 1 or 2 episodes.
I watched all of it, and it's a really good show for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of good storytelling behind it as well. In the last 2 seasons, maybe 1.5 seasons, there's a character played by Mamie Gummer, who's Meryl Streep's daughter.
Oh yeah, sure.
Who is really good, but she's like trying to track down the hackers, whatever else, and she kind of ends up on the side of it, and and you realize that she is just sort of looking for like love in another female character, and so they use that against her in a way. But it kind of has a good ending for her, but then again, it's not the point of her character. Like, she's a lesbian in the show, but it's not her point.
Her character arc isn't about lesbianism.
It's just like because she comes up as like a sort of a side character in like maybe the second to last season or whatever. And then as she gets more and more involved in tracking these hackers down, like you realize that she's just lonely. And you want her to find like happiness and true love. And by the end she does, but not in the way you think she does. But anyway.
Cute.
Great show. Anyway, so I think it's like that. So that's how
I had no idea there was any queer element to Annalise, so that's interesting.
There you go.
I will watch. I love you, Shonda Rhimes, but I'm not going to watch all that show. There's a lot of episodes.
Yeah. Fine.
I'm all right with.
Speaking of a lot of episodes, let's talk briefly about Orange is the New Black.
Oh my god.
Have you seen it?
Lesbianism!
So much lesbian in that one.
So much lesbianism. I think season 1, I devoured. That was like the second show that Netflix made or something like that.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. These are stars. Captain Catherine Janeway, the Federation Starship Voyager.
Which, to be fair, would be the only reason I do watch that show, if I do watch it.
Yeah. I loved season 1. I'm pretty sure I binged season 2. But I was traveling, so kind of lost the momentum.
Yeah.
And then it had kind of finished because my best friend is a lesbian, so she was obsessed with that show. And it's great when we can bond over lesbian stuff because I love lesbians and my lesbian loves lesbians.
Good, yeah.
So that's something we have in common. So she was obsessed about that, and she kind of like, have you watched it? And that sort of thing. And then I just couldn't catch up, and I tried to, and it was too far gone. I'm like, you know what? I'll let it be. Like, I couldn't catch up. There was a riot.
There's so much.
Pussy died. I'm like, no, I can't.
Pussy died?
Yeah, and she was so fucking
cool. Oh, there's a character named called Pussy. Okay, I was like, what? Pussy died?
Pussy. Yeah.
How many seasons did that show go on for? Like 8, 9?
I don't know.
And it was like
Eight, 9? No way. It's a Netflix show. What Netflix show has gone on for 9 seasons?
House of Cards had 7.
What are we talking about?
Orange is the New Black.
Which lesbian? I was so upset to find out Natasha Lyonne is not gay in real life.
She's not, is she?
And I love Natasha Lyonne.
And she's not that ginger either.
That's okay. I accept my ginger heritage. It's not for everyone. Are you watching her new show?
I've seen it all. Russian Doll?
No.
No, which one?
Season 1 of Russian Doll was fucking brilliant. Season 2 I couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's on...
I know what you're talking about. Is it Netflix? I forget the name.
No. I love it. Anyway, I can't remember what the name is because I've had 3 beers.
I'm not going to write that one in. I'm not going to look that one up.
Let's cut that one out. There's no gay in that. She's so straight. Yes, I was so devastated to find out Natasha Lyonne is not lesbian because she was American Pie lesbian and then brilliant lesbian in Orange is the New Black. And I'm like, really? Hetero?
Yeah.
Piper is gay in real life.
Oh, right. That's the lead
Taylor,
character.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Piper is the lead character. But I'm not 100% sure. And Poussey is in real life as well. Oh my god, her wedding photos in real life are sensational. Her wife is stunningly beautiful and they look amazing.
I'll look it up
together. Laura Pepper from That 70s Show is not gay in real life. She is a heterosexual. Poor thing. What a shame. So gay, and my lesbian loved it, and she's like, watch it, and I did, and then I kind of fell off because I just kind of lost track of it. But that's just me. That's me being an attention deficit whore. Like it's.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you because it literally was a hard show to keep up with unless you were watching it. It was like one of the big sort of. It was the new because it was such a good show for Netflix as well. They're like, we have to get Netflix to watch this one show.
Yeah.
In the same way House of Cards was back in the day. No, Piper. Taylor Piper, Taylor's the actor. Piper Chapman is she's on the list as well. But the one
She's so hilarious. I love that character, but some people hate her.
The one I want to talk about is Sophia Bursett, played by Laverne Cox.
I forgot Laverne Cox was from that show.
Exactly.
Like, she's so famous and iconic now as Laverne Cox. I forgot that's how I know her. It was from Orange is the fucking New Black.
So,
yay!
Laverne Cox's Sophia Bursett, I hope I'm saying that right, delivered one of the most gripping storylines in TV and transgender history during her time on Orange is the New Black. In an emotional backstory, we saw a pre-transitioning Sophia, played by Cox's twin brother.
Oh, thank God. Only because I thought if they made her
go back
drag king up do that, I was like, that must have been so difficult.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay,
I didn't know that either. I've not seen it. We saw a pre-transitioning Sophia, played by the Cox's twin brother, committing credit card fraud to fund her gender transition, which landed her in jail. Sophia made the best of prison life by working as a hairdresser and becoming the lighthearted yet strong-willed agony aunt to her fellow inmates, often dealing with their dramas from everyday arguments and scraps to the most intimate of questions such as how to find your own clitoris.
Yep.
By the second decade of the 21st century, gay and lesbian representation was fairly entrenched on television, but trans people were still largely invisible. Laverne Cox's role on the Netflix show changed that. Sophia was the first recurring trans character on an ongoing series. Sophia was hardened by her surroundings at the fictional Litchfield prison, but she also had a fragility that captured the viewer's attention. In 2014, Cox became the first transgender actor to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy. Yeah, that's it. Because it goes on about like what the character does on TV, but that's less important.
That blew my fucking mind. Because that's exactly right. Like, you're kind of used to some gay characters, but I remember in my naivete kind of seeing her and thinking, is she really is that really a trans actor playing a trans role? It blew my mind and changed everything. All my stupid, whatever preconceptions I would have had, and she was a fucking great character as well, because that's true. She was so brilliant.
Well, I didn't see it.
It was, icon.
Very good. And she's still around as well, aren't she? Next. So let's go back in history a little bit for the next one. Because, obviously, there's a lot of representation nowadays, and it hasn't always been the case. Thank you. I was like, what I'm about to say is not going to make sense. But I'm going to talk about a TV show in America called All in the Family. Have you heard of this TV show?
I heard
it. Was so in the 70s, it was like all the good TV shows were like the nighttime shows. Very family oriented.
Family Matters and Full House.
Yeah, so those are more like 80s, 90s.
Apologies.
In the 70s, more like Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, 70s. Shit.
Honeymooners, like all these black and white. Oh, well, they weren't all black and white.
But yeah.
But like
Three's Company.
All in the Family. Three's Company, yeah.
Brady Bunch.
Exactly. So All in the Family was basically a family, and they had like family stuff to do. And there was like the old man, Archie Bunker, if you heard of this term.
I've heard of the name, but I don't know who that is.
That's the patriarch of the family in All in the Family. And that was the show with Michael J. Fox as one of the kids. That's where he got his big start.
I thought it was Family Ties.
I don't know.
That was...
Family Ties? Yeah. Family Ties. Maybe you're right. I'm getting confused, probably. Anyway, there was a character in All in the Family. So the show was on for 8 years, and trigger warning, by the way, for violence. Okay? So if you don't want to listen to it, fast forward like 60 seconds, whatever. So Beverly LaSalle was a female impersonator. So beginning in 1975, which is about halfway through the show's run, comedian Laurie Shannon appeared as Edith Bunker's female impersonator friend, Beverly LaSalle, in 3 episodes of All in the Family. That in itself was a watershed development. A drag queen presented in a positive, affirming light in one of America's top-rated TV shows. But it was LaSalle's final appearance in 1977, 2 years later, in Edith's Crisis of Faith episode. Edith is the the wife, the matriarch of the family, that was the most poignant. So it's season 8, so pretty far into the show. Beverly visits the bunkers at Christmas time as she prepares for her Carnegie Hall debut. The family welcomes her warmly, but as Beverly, who's out of drag in this moment, and Archie's son-in-law Mike walk to the subway, they are brutally attacked by gay bashers who beat Beverly to death. The murder of her friend causes Edith to struggle over the existence of God and question how she could move forward. Mike eventually encourages Edith to be strong for her family, but it's clear that her crisis of faith isn't resolved by the end of the show. So that was like the earliest moment I could like find with a LGBTQ representation in a TV show that isn't like a caricature. You know what I mean? So that was like 1975. That was as early as it was. So people were pushing boundaries back then, even. I'd never heard of this character until I read it.
Do you remember the show? Did you ever watch the show?
Well, no, I wasn't alive at the time.
But like reruns, like we watched old shit all the time.
But
just wondered if they had reruns back in your
not really, because the thing that All in the Family is known for is the main character, and he occasionally spouted some racist
I've
lie.
heard Archie Bunker's.
I'm pretty sure that that's the same one. But if there's a drag queen in the TV show in the 70s, like that's
that they made
that they killed, like literally
and then they killed off because gays.
Because gays. And the thing is, like, if she was killed off, like she wasn't like a regular character, but she was. It was a point.
Twitched.
Sorry to bring it down a little bit, but yeah, that was the kind of.
No, that's good. That's the start of when we used as plot devices. For
exactly.
Dramatic emphasis.
Did you know that All in the Family was based on the British sitcom Till Death Do Us Part?
No.
Do you know that show?
No.
No. Anyway, never mind.
Well.
So moving on from that point of history.
That was okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a couple sort of moments in soap operas that we won't go through at the moment, but I think the next sort of biggest noteworthy thing to talk about is Ellen.
Yes.
Because especially in American TV show, that the episode where she comes out was kind of about the actor as well as the character.
Yeah. Sure was.
And it was such a moment that was like on fucking TV show because no one's talking about being a out gay person. Every gay person of a certain age remembers where they were when Ellen's The Puppy episode aired in 1997.
Yep.
The two-parter that saw Ellen DeGeneres' character come out as lesbian. Two-parter.
No, wait. Who did she come out to?
Laura Dern!
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I had to say that. I'm so excited.
I forgot about that.
Laura Dern. Yes. Yeah. I remember it well.
Yeah. It coincided with the comedian's own real life coming out. Ellen Morgan was the first gay lead character in a primetime series, and audiences followed her journey of self-acceptance, disclosure, and romantic relationships. It's a feat that's never really been repeated since. And though the storyline drew critical acclaim and awards, it earned criticism from conservatives as well. An ABC affiliate in Alabama refused to air that episode, and several advertisers pulled out of the show. After floundering through another season, the show was canceled.
I was going to say, how long did it last? Like just one season of her being
more
out,
season, yeah.
Of her being out, and then it was done.
Yeah. It didn't help that it began airing a parental warning after Ellen came out.
Fuck off.
Ellen DeGeneres later said, "It was very offensive. You don't think that's going to affect ratings?"
I think she did fine, though.
She's done fine since then, of course.
She's done fine, but, for all her conservative, terrible personness when she got millionaire, billionaire, whatever status, that changed everything, her doing that. And it was so groundbreaking and paved the way for so much stuff.
Yeah, that's like the definition of a watershed moment.
I remember watching that because I fucking loved that show. How, like, she never had a theme song and, like...
Didn't she?
No, and, like... When they started filming it, they had planned to film like a theme song and it just wasn't ready. So they just did a bit of her. I was like, sorry, the theme song's not ready. And it was like a bit. And then that was the bit, that was the whole thing. Like, she's like, she held up a sign, like, oh, we're going to do, and it was just hilarious. That show was fucking brilliant. And I loved Ellen in her heyday. And I remember watching that. Oprah Winfrey was in it, all that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Huge thing. And it was amazing. as a fat gay kid in the Middle East.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Never saw it again. That was it. That was the end. I don't think the people airing it from Saudi TV watched it. So,
really?
So whatever.
Like, whatever. It's another American sitcom.
How it got through, but I remember watching that episode and it was amazing. That was it. Yeah. That was the end.
It says here that the careers of Ellen and guest star Laura Dern suffered after.
It did, didn't it?
It did. With
Laura fucking Dern.
With Laura Dern claiming in 2007 that she didn't receive work for a year and a half. But, nevertheless, it was a historic moment in TV history because it was the first time a main character on a show had ever come out.
She was a part of that. Good on you, Laura Dern.
She's got an Oscar now, so fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, assholes. ABC, whatever.
Although I've not seen that film, but the one that she won for, but I did.
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story, yeah.
She's sensational. Adam motherfucking Driver.
Yeah.
If you want to be an actor, watch this guy. Holy shit! Because
I hear he's going.
Him and Scarlett Johansson in a scene together, you realize here's a person who is in films, and here is a fucking actor. And it's
which was which?
Adam is the actor. Like,
right.
I'm sorry, Scarlett. I'm sorry, but how embarrassing it must be to be in a scene with this guy and be like, "Oh, I'm saying words," and he is ripping your soul apart.
Yeah,
he is sensational.
So
watch it. And I mean, Laura Dern's in it for 4.5 minutes. She talks about Jesus and orders a kale salad, and I die. It's fucking amazing.
Okay, but it's still
kale salad, and then puts her shoes fucking lesbian. She's brilliant. She's not lesbian, but she's
in the show. She's lesbian. In the film?
No, but I feel like the lesbians love that.
Right. Okay.
Because she kicks off shoes and puts on a circle like this.
Who wouldn't love it? Okay.
Pajama party pose. Anyway,
that's how gays sit. But gays
I know, but she's but we don't kick off our heels.
Yeah, it's true.
But lipstick lesbians do.
We would if we could.
Lipstick lesbians do.
Okay, let's move on to our penultimate TV show that I want to talk about today. There's so many we could talk about.
There's so many that I'm gonna ream them off if you don't cover the ones that I want you to cover. But let's go. You're building up to a big final one.
Oh yeah, of course I am.
Okay, good.
So your penultimate one, we're going to talk about Will and Grace.
Yay!
Is that one of you? Or is that you?
Yeah, that was my one. I was like, you better mention Will and Grace.
So both Jack and Will are in this in my list multiple times.
Yeah.
But one of them features more than the other.
But also,
which one do you think it is?
But also, if you watch the reboot, Karen's on that list. Can be on that list.
Of course,
well.
Yes.
And did you watch the reboot?
No. I mean, why not?
Pusey from Orange is the New Black is in it, and that's who Karen has her bisexual dalliance with.
Really?
Yes.
Fun.
I don't whichever one I say. It doesn't matter.
Will features more.
Okay.
Why?
Because he's hot.
As an icon.
Because he's rich and a lawyer and uppy.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have seen many. Rich. Because he's rich. I've seen many episodes of this TV show.
I've seen every single episode.
Okay, I cannot claim that I've seen all of them, but it does say here that obviously both of them have appeared in every episode. But as far as Will is concerned, he's undeniably one of the most popular gay characters in history, and showed audiences that gay people could be multifaceted. He's kind, generous, but also self-involved and insecure. We can all relate to his character in some way or another, especially his complicated relationship with his sexuality. So during the show's original 8-season run, he was criticized for being straight-washed to be more appealing to heterosexual viewers, which is what my beef mainly is about. But Eric McCormack won, he earned an Emmy for his performance with 4 additional nominations and 6 nominations at the Golden Globes. But, yeah, saying that, I think Jack is more iconic.
Maybe, yes. However, yes.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, no. I think Will was more important because if a gay character was in a show or anything, they were Jack. They were camp, they were sexist, they were silly, they were flamboyant, birdcage.
Yeah.
To have a juxtaposition to him in the stroppy, moody, I'm miserable. I don't know what I want to do. Kind of thing. The angst of Will was hugely important because people didn't think that. And yes, now it would be straight washing, and the fact that it's played by a straight actor would irk me, but the fact it was in the 90s and it was more palatable, and it made people think, like, not everybody's the same, guys. There's a bazillion different types of gay. Chill the fuck out. It appealed to the lowest common denominator, the most basic fucking human in the world, to realize that, you can have rich queers and you can have smart queers. Yeah. And it was a bit pandery, but
it kind of worked.
It worked, and it was necessary.
Yeah.
And nowadays it would irk me that he's a straight actor. However, in the reboot, he was the only straight actor. So when they brought gay characters on, they were all played by out gay actors.
Right, you're talking about
which was characters. A very conscious effort. Like Matt Bomer was in it.
Oh, was he?
Matt Bomer.
Bomer. I thought it was Bomer.
Boner.
Yeah. Boner.
Like all of them. Shannon Jackson was in it. Like it was just Shannon Jackson. In it? Yes, because he replaced his ex-boyfriend. He played whatever, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Everyone in it was an out gay actor, apart from Will, obviously, because too late, you were already there. So I feel that's a really good way of like, yes, I know I am.
Addressing it.
I know I am, but also, here's
what we got. We're gonna go.
That's
with
how I. What's his name? Oh my god.
Which one?
God, fucking hell! It was in Pitch Perfect.
A man.
Yes.
Never saw it. I asked you that.
Dear Evan Hansen. Ben Platt.
Never heard of him.
Was in one of them, so he was in Pitch Perfect.
Right. Okay.
You need to watch Pitch Perfect.
Why though?
You need to watch Pitch Perfect.
That's just songs.
Shut up! You need to watch Pitch Perfect.
There's a theme here. I didn't like. Shut up! Didn't like Glee. Shut up!
He was in that as like a minor character, but like he started Dear Evan Hansen. He was the first person who did that and that sort of thing. He's in a shit ton of Ryan Murphy stuff, and his voice makes you want to die. He was. A character. He was like a guest one and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So it was just all out gay actors for the newer one. When they had more control, when they could say it. So I think that's really respectable that they understood that was a thing that they didn't quite get right. Like Eric McCormick was brilliant and was Will, so you can't change it. Yeah, but they were very conscious that that's also where we didn't get it perfect. So so every guest, every person that they hook up with, Jack's boyfriend, all this kind of stuff, all out gay people.
Okay, that's good.
Fucking brilliant.
Because it's a thing nowadays, but it wasn't a thing back then.
This wasn't possible, and nowadays I don't think we need it because we are queer as fuck. But back then in the 90s, they had to make it more palatable. Like they had to make people had to pay for advertising on NBC on this show.
Yeah, it's like we talk about Ellen. Everything.
Exactly. Raiders. And if she hadn't done that, no way would Will and Grace have been made. And she took the brunt of it and lost her show because of it. But they got to be anyway.
Yeah.
Yay, Will and Grace. Yay.
One thing that I will say as well is because they made him such a successful lawyer, like he's successful businessman. It just broke that stereotype as well. In a way.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that he works
not a sex crazed,
campy
dancing Madonna. He was.
But the thing is, it works because of the juxtaposition with Jack.
Absolutely.
So Jack is
we're also like that.
Jack is so OTT,
but we're also Jack.
And I think that we allow it in his character because Sean Hayes, who plays Jack, does it so fucking well. He's so good as that character.
I'm sad he wasn't comfortable and wasn't able to be out when it was in its heyday.
Was he not?
Nope.
Was it doubted?
He was in the closet.
You're kidding!
Yeah, which is just a shame.
But I didn't know this.
You got to do what you got to do, and the impact is more important. So that's fine.
The impact is more important. Although I will always go back to my story about if Steven Spielberg gives you the role of your lifetime, but he has to tell you that you have to hide you have to go back in the closet. Would you accept the role? And I'd be like, no!
Now you wouldn't.
I don't think I've always said that I wouldn't.
In 1995.
I wasn't out in 1985. Because I was 11.
1995.
Even though Jack McFarlane's character has received a mixed reception for perpetuating gay stereotypes, he's one of the longest running and most iconic literally says iconic in this article.
He is
queer characters on television, appearing in all 10 seasons. Sean Hayes won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor and has also been nominated for a Golden Globe.
Supporting actor?
Well, yeah, because the lead actor is Will McCormick.
There are 4...
Sorry, Eric McCormick.
There are 4 names in that title.
Yes, but typically you only have one lead.
No, Friends has 6.
Sorry, one lead of each.
Friends has 6. They have 3 of each. They're all leads.
Really?
Friends has 6 leads. It was out at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, you're right.
3 leads. 3 male, 3 female. There were 2 male, 2 female.
Well, it's not called the Grace and Jack Show.
But it was. But that was a line from it, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like
the Jack and Grace. No, Jack and Karen. I fucking fucked it up.
You suck. Oh my god.
It's like this called the Will and Grace Show or whatever she said. They're in a hot tub together and they mention it. She says that line. I remember that. Anyway.
No, that's 2 different things. There's one where he's like, it's called Just Jack, not Will and Grace.
Oh, really? I don't know that one.
That's early on. And then in the hot tub towards the end, they're like, you couldn't just watch a show about 2 people being stupid all the time. You need like the straight character, whatever, that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a... Anyway.
So it's definitely Karen is like, it's as if, you know, it's just like...
Yeah. It's like, you can't just have the 2 people... Yeah, anyway.
Jack and Karen show. Yes, you so could. I'm
so
waiting for that. Although I do get that Megan Mullally is trying to get away from that
I'm devastated
image.
that apparently they all fell out.
Did they?
Megan fell out with all of them.
No.
And I don't want to believe it's true, but I know
That was
it's true.
true.
Huh?
What?
I don't want to believe it's true. I don't want to believe it's true, but I know it's
She's
true.
tried so hard since then to break free of that voice as well. Like, it's difficult because people see
I
her.
can't express how hard I love Megan Mullally and how she's not gay, but she's such a gay icon.
She's such an icon.
Such an icon.
Married for the money.
Oh god.
Drinks every day.
But not just Karen, but also Megan Mullally.
Yes.
Nick Offerman, and she does so much voiceover work because I'm a cartoon obsessed gay. Like, oh god, I love. Anyway,
she plays Linda's sister on Bob's Burgers.
she sure fucking does.
I loved it.
One of my favorite lines in all of modern cartoon history is like, "Well, he ticks a lot of my boxes. He has a face. He can go outside."
That's such a great show.
And I agree. If only it's like that'll do.
He's got a face.
He's got a face. He can go outside.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I'm too drunk.
It's
too
so
excited about
bonkers
Karen.
as well.
So, if that was your penultimate one, who was your ultimate?
We need to mention a few very briefly.
I can't because I don't know who your ultimate one is. I need to know who the last one is if I do an honourable mention.
Should we do honourable mentions afterwards then?
Yes.
Just change it all up.
Do the last one. We're running out of time.
Who do you think my number 1 is?
I'm going to say Willow.
Of course it's Willow.
Yay!
Of course it's Willow Rosenberg and Tara.
I wanted to talk about her like an hour ago. I was like, oh, I'm going to mention Willow. No.
I'm sorry for like
I'm feeling you know.
I'm sorry for edging you this whole time.
It's like, oh, he's going to talk about it. I was like, it's very similar to like, no, he's going to talk about Willow. He's going to talk about Willow.
I have to.
Okay, good.
Sad.
I'm so happy that I know you so well that it was Willow.
Of course it was.
It was very
McClay. Willow Rosenberg and Tara McClay were one of the first lesbian.
That's her surname?
I hope I'm saying it right.
Oh.
Willow and Tara.
Yeah.
Tara, what do we agree on? We just discussed it.
She calls herself Tara.
Fine.
I would always call someone who spells their name like that Tara.
I get
But
it.
that's her name. So if you say your name is Tara,
She says
I'll
it's
call you Tara.
Fine. So Willow and Tara were one of the first lesbian couples on TV, and their relationship was undeniably the most positive romance throughout the whole 7 seasons.
The whole, like...
of Buffy. Tara's death in the show's 6th season led to widespread backlash among fans who accused Joss Whedon of being homophobic. Her murder at the hands of Warren resulted in Willow's iconic Dark Phoenix story arc.
Yeah, it's true.
Which led to her flaying Tara's murderer alive and attempting to destroy the world.
Sorry, Warren.
But then in the 7th season she rebounds, and with the irritating potential slayer Kennedy, and the love scene became blah 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 blah.
No one cares about you, Kennedy, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm very excited to talk about Willow again.
In 1989,
yeah,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans watched as Willow Rosenberg finally admitted her feelings for Tara McClay, spelled differently, but whatever, in the episode New Moon Rising. Although Willow's sexuality had been hinted at previously, it was an aspect of her that hadn't been explored any further. During a time when Section 28 was still in effect in the UK, being able to see a lesbian couple on TV screens felt like a huge moment. One which has given the couple cult-like status among its fandom, despite Tara's tragic death in season 6.
Because of Tara's tragic death.
Although they didn't get their happily ever after, Willow and Tara are two iconic queer women in TV history.
Yes.
While Sarah Michelle Gellar was the undisputed star of this cult favorite,
she sure was, mother.
Alison Hannigan's Willow was a true scene stealer, using her brains, wit, and magic to get the Scooby Gang out of numerous jams. Initially straight identified, Willow became drawn to fellow spellcaster Tara, and many 90s teens identified with her struggles and her sexuality. Wait, what? And many 90s teens identified with her struggles with her sexuality. Eventually, the two became one of the first depictions of a stable lesbian relationship on Prime TV. I think this line is mostly filler.
I love how excited we get when we drunkenly bring up Buffy.
I know, right?
I love that the joy has not gone. The love is not gone.
Tara was abruptly killed in season 6, which outraged many fans. Ultimately, the frequent deaths of LGBTQ characters on TV led to the criticism of what was dubbed the bury your gays trope.
Bury the gays. True, but I don't think that's the case with this. It was very. It was not. It was not. It's not fridging.
Storytelling.
It's not fridging because she was a fully developed character who had a full arc. So it's not just introduced and done with the sake of it.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good arc as well.
It is. I don't think it's bury the gay because it's bury the love of Willow's life and the domesticity of and how they were the parents of that everything. They were just. It was just pure happiness and love and everything we wanted from the world. And it was fucked over by some fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So fuck the patriarchy and fuck Warren.
The thing is, that it was such an iconic moment as well, that everything that Joss Whedon does, you see it coming.
You can see it coming, you're like, it's no.
Yeah.
No.
Everything he's done since then.
No.
Jack. You're not killing. Oh, they're really lovely together. Oh no, one of them's going to die.
But also...
Gay or not.
Again, go back to the Buffy episode, please. God, we're nuts over it. But how Willow's journey as a character, and her discovery of her power coincides with her discovery of her queerness.
That's a good point.
Is so positive and so empowering. Literally, empowering. It's the same parallels of figuring out who she is. Is I had an idea in my head that I am this straight wallflower computer.
Yeah.
That was the role that she was going to play. That was the stereotype that she was introduced as, and that was the role she was going to play. And fuck that, no. And her discovering her wickedness and her powerness at the same time as her queerness was just... It was such a goodness to queerness as opposed to gay, age, rejection. There was none of that. We didn't have any of that with her. It was nothing.
It was just positivity.
The only way is up when you come out and you figure out, this is what I want. So yes.
Yeah. And there's
motherfucker, yes.
You could take it the dark side and be really destructive and everything else, but you could also make it
there's darkness to everything. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know who my honorable mentions are now. I'm too excited.
That was it?
I'm too excited to have talked about.
That was all.
I'm too happy to have talked about Willow. Yes, that's absolutely. Get mine were Will and Grayson. I'm such a nice kid.
We have to talk about that, yeah.
It's very obviously those two.
I have honorable mentions. We can do briefly.
Oh, yeah.
Modern Family.
No, fuck off. They're all awful. Next.
The gay couple.
I hate them awful. They're all.
I love the show though.
Terrible representation. Terrible show. Next.
Well, he had this sort of
terrible representation. Terrible show. Next.
Stewie from Family.
I've heard the term fluid. Maybe I'm that. Yes. On one hand, yes. I would argue Roger more so.
He's on the list as well. Roger as such a fluid character who just is just a.
Who is so
different show, first of all, but yes.
But so unapologetically, sincerely genuine of whatever the fuck I feel like.
Yeah. That. When he takes a hit out on himself, it's alter ego.
All of it. And I love the fact that it was a while back, Trixie did it, an honorable mention for Roger being drag queen.
Drag queen, okay, yeah.
Because he's not trans, he does drag. These are personas, these are characters that he plays. So he's a drag queen.
It's
so
great.
yeah, Trixie and another drag queen who I don't know. I apologize for you not listening, but you know how Roger got like drag queen icon status. But yes, the complete fluidity. As a gay, I don't like it when he's straight. Like, I don't like it when he's like after girls.
You mean like when he dresses up as a character who is straight, or when he is himself?
When any of him or his personas go after a girl, I don't like it because he's. Ugh. I love it when he's in drag.
Yeah.
I love it when he's a fucking drag slutty, disgusting character. Jenny from the block. Any of them.
What? That was
Jenny from the block.
From the block.
I just Genie fucking Gold.
Never heard
a hero, an icon for all of us. Yeah, all of Roger's characters are anyway, yes. But like I love Stewie, but I feel like it's dangerous. Like all of it's played for laughs. All of Family Guy and American Dad is played for laughs. So it gets caught up in that it's played a little bit for laughs.
Yeah.
I wish, sorry, I'm a Family Guy nerd. I wish Quagmire would come out as bisexual.
Oh my god, really? Okay, that's a sidetrack, but yeah.
Because like Stewie's dresses in drag sometimes, and he like flirts with the dog and like whatever, and it's like I've got this high boots.
And like his screensaver is a topless man.
All of it, like, but it's played for laughs. It's Family Guy. Everything is played for laughs. Nothing's serious. You can't take it too seriously. The only kind of bit of like a little bit of homophobia that sits there is how on earth can you have a character like Quagmire who will fuck a fish?
Yeah.
But will not fuck a man?
Yeah.
And he's still, oh no, I was like, you had sex with 2 Filipino women and a man. It's like, no, you mean 3 Filipino women. It's that defensiveness. It's like, you are the most bizarre sexual creature. You need to be having sex with everything. You're having sex with like hamsters in your butt. You can fuck a dude.
Okay.
I mean, it's all a mess and not a positive role model, but you know what I mean? Like, it's how everything's played for laughs, but Quagmire will do anything but it's the only thing that's kind of like standoffish about the gays.
I will say there was that show, and I think mostly Family Guy, not quite so much American Dad, but also Family Guy has a really transphobic history as well. Because there's an episode where like
their attempt is to make fun of everyone, which is true. Sometimes doesn't always hit, and they've said that before. They're like, we're trying to phase out the gay jokes because like Seth MacFarlane's brother's gay or something like that. So like, they're always like, let's make fun of everyone. It's like that's an easy thing for you to say as a straight white man.
Of course. Yeah.
So like, not everyone's from the same starting point. Anyway, sorry.
So that's fine. No, I get that.
Roger first, then Stewie.
I think Roger is a good example of it's like the Bugs Bunny we talked about, but also taken to like a dirty level as well.
Oh yeah, drug taking, filthy, everything.
But in the same way, it's not the fact that he's dressing in drag that is the joke.
No, it's what he does in drag. Like the character is just this trash woman or this bitch. It's not. It's never about that. No one ever questions it. Yeah, it's just like,
well, he's an alien. He gets away with it.
And I love it. And he's garbage in every format, and I respond to that.
And you're like, that is.
I can feel that. Sorry, yes, I got really enthusiastic about that because
that's okay.
Shows.
2 more. I'm limiting it to 2 more.
Yeah.
Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Stephanie Beatrice,
who was also just had a baby, which I know because of Instagram. Yeah, and she's such a. I think the character is very much like the actress as well, where like I think she comes out as like either queer or bisexual as well, and she's just like bisexual. She's very very sort of open about it.
Yeah,
Rosa is fantastic, and
Rosa's story. I love that.
Yeah,
I really
because that show took the characters, like the whole point was the characters, and
I love it because Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the like it could have been 20, 30 years ago. It is such a it's such a straight middle America white kind of setup, like very very cop show humor joke, that sort of stuff, Andy Samberg style, la la la. But when you look at it, you're like, oh, 3 white characters, everyone else is people of color.
Yeah.
Queer characters, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's set in a very palatable, which again, not always a good idea, but a very palatable setup for people to watch and enjoy. But also, all of these people are people of color, gay, bisexual characters, that sort of stuff. It's kind of like a secret way of getting like middle America and like the rest of the world, like Captain Holt's gay.
Captain Holt's gay, yeah. In the
Roses queer, like all of that kind of stuff. It's rather than pushing against the kind of stereotypes, they like really go along with it.
Yeah, they go along with it.
And I love it. Yeah,
because it's not the point. It's not the point. Like, okay, arguably the point of Holt is that he's gay and also not stereotypically gay.
Yeah,
but it works, and I think it's because they don't focus on it in the way that sort of puts a target on them. It's just sort of part of their whole character.
Yeah.
So
great one, good mention.
The last one is Titus Andronicus.
Yay!
Kimmy Schmidt.
Who needs to do a fucking song with Alex Newell, who I said earlier on.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, they need to do a collab together because that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But is that stereotypical because they're both like black, queer, fantastic singers?
Okay. Well, whatever.
I think they should.
They should.
Their voices, they got the super high range voices. Oh my god, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I loved Kimmy Schmidt. I hated who was the landlord? The
old woman.
Yes. She was shit.
The one who was like,
I'm from the 70s and we should have shit. And
you couldn't understand what she was saying half the time.
She was garbage. She was not funny. She was not funny.
She was alright once in a while.
No, she was not funny.
She was definitely not the strong point.
She was not funny, and I hated every second of her. She's going to be in Star Trek.
She's going to be in Star Trek.
Strange New Worlds, apparently.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm devastated. You're not funny. But anyway. Pinot Noir.
Shut
up. Titus.
Iconic.
Shut up. Fucking amazing.
Titus Andromedus.
I can't even think of a quote because they're all brilliant. And
just Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Fucking everything.
I have literally like
Myanmar. When he lemonades, he gets his happy ending, like his romance. Oh my god, I love it. It's so good. And like, I already did one thing to shut up.
I'd be happy to watch the show and just watch his parts, and of course Jenna's
and Jane Krakowski.
Yeah, whatever character's name is, I have no idea.
Jane Krakowski, who played the same character for like 14 years.
Well, we used to call Jane Krasinski, but it was not the same.
Wrong one. I just want Titus's bits, basically. I don't even.
Does he get his? What is he getting his own show? He should just get his own show.
I think I don't know what he's doing, but yes.
Anyway,
fantastic honorable mention again because he's just like
unabashed. The thing is, like in that show, there are no straight white main characters. You just got like the women, and then of course Titus, basically
black gay.
Black gay, yeah. There's no straight white
women and a black guy.
There's straight white man. There's nobody who ticks 2 of those boxes. There's
no white men.
There's no white men.
Bye. Oh, that's us. Oh, sorry.
Oh shit, sorry. Anyway.
Oh, god damn it.
That's my list. Thank you for listening. If you, dear listener, have any queer iconic TV characters, not cartoons, but like that we've missed, please let us know. We might do another one of these.
Or if there's like queer icons, different subsets. So we've done TV shows and cartoons. What's a queer icons? Where do you get your queer icons from? And we'll talk about those. Books, video game, whatever.
Video games,
any kind of thing. The geekier the better, but it doesn't matter. You can reach out to us, incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on Instagram or TikTok. Our handle there is @incompletegeeks. Please give this episode a like, share, and tell your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. We do enjoy the show. We like talking to you guys, but we need your help. So get the word out.
Share with your friends who like Will and Grace. Like I feel like you can share this episode with like your mom or something like that because she'll be like, "Oh, I like those queers. They're really funny."
We didn't talk about penises at all this episode.
We didn't do we swear, but there's no sexual stuff.
There's no sex.
Share this with your mom.
Share this episode with your mom.
I'm going to share this one with my mom.
And also with your dad for
Father's Day.
Why did you say it like that? You're like,
Father's Day.
Did you remember to get a card?
Yes, that's fine.
Good. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you had a good time. We know a lot about geek stuff and gay stuff because that's what we like to do. But if we apologize if we got anything wrong, if we missed anything out, because we're not complete geeks.
But we are working on it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye. We're quite drunk and very gay.
Shut up. Are you talking to Alexa? I thought you were talking to Alexa. Okay.
I'm telling our listeners that we're drunk and very gay.